Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Patrons video today that I'm making for Yida as a part of their custom monthly music review. We're going to be checking out a track today from an act named Sun Yanxi titled First Day, and if we switch over to here we have the track on YouTube. Again, I don't think I've listened to Sun Yanxi before. We've also got lyrics for this as well provided by Yida. Thank you for that. We're going to listen through this track from start to finish and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go. Back to the start, boom. I'm loving this 6/8 feel that we've got going with these harpsichords. A bit of wishiness going on there. Ah, the neoclassical vibe. Good choice. Oh, surprisingly upbeat. Lovely combination of these guitars, the bass and the drums and everything. The beach aesthetic in the video kind of matches the tone of the music. That's great. Really good start. A little bit of tension in this interlude part. Oh, so we're mixing these neoclassical elements in with some sort of peppy, poppy, indie kind of stuff here. The vocals are, you know, First Day, it's very bright and positive and charismatic for the future, I think. Okay, and the tambourines as well. Major lift, okay. Oh, great shift here. I wasn't expecting that last bit with the break and the drums and da-da-da-da-da-da. It's a great way to finish a chorus, you know. Everything else for there was somewhat expected given the fact that we went to the major component of it. It's almost kind of weird though, because we had such a peppy, cheery little intro with the strings and everything that I wasn't expecting it to get even more sort of like vibrant in the chorus. But we're just lifting it up, man. We are not holding back. There is no filler. Oh yeah, that's charming. Really interesting lead tone with these synths as well. And the strings as well. There's a sense of minimalism about it, but at the same time, you know they're not taking the audience's attention for granted. Why would you shave the hair further, man? That's so rude. Really interesting dynamic between the band members. Oh, lovely good vocal harmonies there. Okay, similar bridge to what we had the first time. Oh. Really catchy vocal melody here, and those guitars with the pick slide coming into that, sensational choice there. Is this 90s? When was this released? I need to know when this was released. I'm very curious about it. 2005. This was released in 2005? No, it wasn't released in 2005. Wow, really? That kind of blows my mind a little bit, eh? Oh, dude, that shred though. What? Didn't know there's gonna be a guitar solo in this Yida. What are you talking about, man? I love these people in this video. They're just having such a great time. The first day, it's so vibrant and so special. It's something to cherish. I can understand why this track is beloved. Great instrumental outro here. Oh, dude, I think I just lost some brain cells there. Wow, okay, my head really hurts now. That was an absolute mistake. Oh, everyone had such a good time though, dude. Everyone had such a good time. No, we're not listening to My Chemical Romance. No, stop. And we've got the lyrics on Deep L. The reason being is that we were able to find lyrics, I think, in the language that it was originally sung in, which Deep L is saying is Chinese. And we've redone them to English so that I can understand it. So lyrics by composer First Day, sung by Sun Yanxi Axin. I like lines like "You're really cute when you're pretending to be philosophical. You say live in tomorrow, live in anticipation. It's better to live today and be at ease." So this track is about enjoying the present and making the most of it, right? Love is the magic of the sky, the first day of innocence. It is always forever so bright. What an uplifting message there. I love the vibrancy in the story as well as everything else. I'm not used to not seeing you. Your eyes seem to be expecting, looking forward to a different future. So we're still kind of debating the existence that we have in the future, whether things will continue or not. I like the line, first day I exist, first time I can fly. I feel real because of you. So this is a love song, but I think it's also about self-actualization. It's about someone realizing, hey, you know, this isn't just the end of me as a human being, or the start of me as a human being. I need to credit the people around me who have helped me to figure out who I am. And I like the first day, today, every day, first day. And you just get that vibe, man. You just come to terms with the fact that they're treating every day like it is a first day. Their new life has begun. They're going to savor the moment and have better lives for it. And so here we are at the conclusion of this review of this song, by Sun Yanxi, titled First Day. First Day. As a custom monthly music review for Yida. What do I reckon about this track? Well, I really enjoyed the story. I think that it matches well with everything I've heard so far on the song. I think a lot of people will be able to appreciate the way that a special someone made them feel. And there'll be, I think, a sense of connection with that. You'll have people, they'll find that someone who makes them feel like Sun Yanxi talks about in this song. And I think it's a really beautiful, positive thing to write a song about. It's done in a way where it's like happy but not cheesy. And so I think for a lot of people, that is very meaningful. We get the impression that we have someone who is going, I get that there's a fine line between happiness and kind of, how do I say it? Even if you're feeling really down, I think if you listen to this, you're going to open your mind up a little bit to the possibilities of simply trying to be a newcomer to the world around you and not just assuming you know everything about it, especially with people. The singing, the vocal performance from Sun Yanxi is spectacular. Really peppy singer, lots of energy, lots of charisma there, really sold the performance, had all the notes in the way that they needed to, very polished and really comfortable in their vocal range there. This mixture of chest and head voice was great, effortless transitions in between. The backing vocals as well gave it a bit of heft as well, made it sound a bit wider. It was really pleasant and interesting, and I had a great time with it. And alongside the vocals, it was just the attitude as well. The attitude sold the story and made it more interesting to listen to. It matched the intensity of the different parts of the song. In regards to the structure, we had verses and a bridge and a chorus, an ABC structure done twice. Then we had that really crazy guitar solo there that was short and sweet. And then we had the outro with the big finish at the end where I was headbanging to it. Lots of range and variety here. Really good use of the real estate within the track. Nothing but love for it on my end. I think that it was a very classy experience with them. The instrumental performances, the drums are absolutely on point. Increase the intensity with those kind of, quarter note snares, da, 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 But it was thoroughly supportive of the rest of the rhythm section, leads, and the bass for most otherwise. You know, the bass guitar was pretty subtle. I don't know if that's just because this track was re-uploaded or something like that. The bass guitar was very subtle here, so I assume it was rolling with those root notes and just kind of sticking as a foundational device. The guitar parts, it was nice to have the chuggy sort of rhythm riffs in there in the section, and the tap and solo at the end was great. But just the jangly guitar parts as well I had otherwise, you know, the transitions texturally and color-wise and tonally, I suppose, between the verses and the chorus was sensational. And it just, we had bits of tension and drama in there, but very, very little of it. Most of the time we were just bopping our heads and having little cute little leads lift us up into the sky there. The other key bits as well we had later on, like in the hooks and stuff like that, added a bit of extra sort of roundness to the overall sound of the track. And it sold the theme of the lyrics really, really well. It sounded really stylistically cohesive. So, you know, when you've got the structures sorted, you know, sort of the vocals, the arrangement and composition here, I mean, that motif was basically a chord progression that followed on from that neoclassical stuff that we had earlier on with like the harpsichord. I like the fact there were a bit of sophistication to that theme. It makes it a little bit more engaging. I wouldn't have seen it come in. And like we had little bits as well with the extra bar at the end of the choruses there, which kind of splashed out nicely and kind of made it unpredictable and therefore arguably more interesting to listen to. You couldn't take a certain track for granted. There was always something new given to you, and it was very generous to the listener. But yeah, those eighth note, it kind of reminds me of the chord progression to da 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 da. There's a chord progression of a classical track that reminds me of a lot, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm sure you'll know if you'll. I'm sure some of you will know. Recording, mixing, mastering is utterly sensational, dude. I got nothing but love for it. Granted, again, I think it's gone through a few different layers of compression over its time with the uploads onto YouTube, so a little bit of the attack on some of those instrumental parts is kind of gone, I think, just because of the way it's been, it's been treated by YouTube and stuff like that. But at the same time, that's fine. You know, it sounds professionally recorded. The tone of the instruments is spectacular, as well as the vocals. The EQing, panning of the instruments, and the notching in the frequency spectrum is great. The effects chains are fantastic. You know, there wasn't a lot of modulation on the vocals or anything like that, but I think that it was in terms of mostly raw performance there, it was absolutely stellar. The instruments just sounded as good as they needed to going into the desk and didn't need to be screwed with too much afterwards. The limiting and compression was great, nice and loud without over pumping it, and just genuinely nothing but love for it. Like, honestly, this is a great track. So thank you very much for watching this review of Sun Yanji's first day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show Sun Yanji some love via their various social medias, and I assume they might have a YouTube page, I'm not sure. And stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as you need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'll catch you in the SP Patrons video, next SP Patrons video, I think I said that correctly. Spiderhands out.